All right, guys. So this is first video, and let me talk about something that echoed with me, and that got me. I basically watching it on the couch, and that's what got me started. I thought, okay, I should get up and talk about this aspect. It's a pretty interesting thing, and I'm learning like basically. My wife is a partner of mine, right? So she works with me. So this is something that echoed with me. Let's see what he's trying to say. First, let me increase the speed of the videos.
Business. Think about it. As a business owner, you can either be the chief electrical officer who sits and fixes the bulb whenever one fuses in your office, which means you're doing everything in your office. Or you can.
So guys, you must watch this video. What is management? How to manage as a business owner? Learn from Rajiv Talreja. Definitely watch it first, because if you don't watch it, then you won't understand my ideas. My ideas are built on top of what he says. Right? It's hard for me to make a exhaustive list of all the topics that I want to talk about. So I'm picking pretty much this guy, and I'll make as a reaction video of these guys, and I will make it in this format. It's much easier for me. I like this format. At least you get to see my body language also, because when I'm sitting, my body language is half of what it is. If I do the reaction videos using, if you guys have seen my reaction videos, I usually use a laptop and basically use a like a recording software, so that has the screen as well as me. But that doesn't really do the purpose, because I'm sitting there, only my face is visible, and I don't like it. I want you to see the entire, like like me, the whole thing of mine. Chalo, let's go over this video.
Is a light bulb. It is illuminating the business with new ideas, new vision, new ways of doing things, and new strategies. So the question is this: are you the chief electrical officer of your business, or are you the chief executive officer of your business? Hi, my name is Rajiv Talreja, and as a business coach, one of the most important things for me when I work with entrepreneurs is to make sure that I align their goals. Because at the end of the day, what I see is this: if the business owner is living their life in chaos and confusion, the only thing that they do is spread that chaos and confusion to their team members. But when a business owner has clarity of what is their responsibility, where are they supposed to spend their time, money, effort, and energy, that's when they can create clarity for the rest of their team. I want you to watch this video till the end, because I want to share with you what is management in the business and what is not management. Because I want to specify for you and simplify for you what is your role in the business and what is not your role in the business as the management of your business. So make sure you watch this video till the end, as I share with you 6 truth bombs about what is management and what is not management, so that you can analyze and realize whether you are playing the role of management in your business or you are just playing the role of damage control in your business. And towards the end of this video, once you understand these 6 truths about what is and what is not management, then I have a special invitation for you to continue this conversation with me personally, so that I can help you take your business to the next level by teaching you some strategies and systems that have propelled the business of more than 1 lakh entrepreneurs. So make sure you watch this video till the end. So let's dive into understand what is management and what is not management. As I take you through these 6 points, I'd love for you to make some notes. So let's get started with the first truth bomb: what management is not. Management is not you doing everything by yourself. If you are involved in day-to-day marketing to generate leads, you are involved in going for sales meetings to close deals, you are involved in handling every single customer, every single project that your business has, you are involved in sitting and invoicing and managing the accounts of your business, you are involved in hiring activities, in training activities, in employee retention activities, then please know one thing: that's not management. That's crisis management. You are doing those activities because you are the only capable person on your team who can do those tasks. The rest of your team is not capable enough to do those tasks. So in the name of working on tasks which are supposed to be done by your team members, you can't call that as management. That's just crisis management. Here's truth number 2. Management is not sitting and bossing around and passing orders to people.
Huh. So he started with first and second from here, right? Before that, he said something that echoed with me really well, and I'm going to talk about that first. Are you the chief electrical officer, or you are the chief executive officer? So I was a chief electrical officer till 2012. Okay, and I basically had trouble delegating my work. So I, like, basically certain things helped me at that time. One was, when you delegate, you have to, like, trust. You're putting trust in their abilities. You see. So one of the things is I started, like, somehow I started trusting that the person will be able to handle it, and that kind of did wonders. Otherwise, there was no other way out. I was getting exhausted. I was doing everything. For how long could I sustain that operation, right? So my point is, it is something. So basically, the art of delegation. So I started experimenting with this thing, and certain things which guided me were, you have to put trust in the people. Second thing is, if you cannot put trust in the person, so the person has bad intention. He wanna kill your business, sabotage, or he wanna, like, basically grab your business, run away with it, on all those things. So this is first trust. This is I'm talking about practical things which used to haunt me day and night. What if he finds my formula? What if he utilizes this formula? So first thing about this aspect is, you should know that, and this interesting thing really worked to my advantage. One of my friend's father used to guide me. He said, "Don't worry, your business will not be stolen. Forget this idea. Forget this aspect. Do not ever think like that. Opening a business, taking a risk, making investments, running the whole show, creating this thing, even in an owner operator mode, which is what I was before 2009, right? I was working 2009, right? I was in an owner operator mode. That person will not be able to do as much as you are doing with 5 people. So never ever think like that. So this is first thing. Never ever think like this. Just get this out of your mind that someone can steal your business. At most they can do is they can steal your business idea, go and try on your own, fail miserably, and then go back to their jobs. So do not ever think that anybody will steal your business, and because of that, oh, I will not do this, I will not do that. Be smart, or I will. It will come when as I'm going from 5 to 20, more things happen, and then I had to safeguard my interest in the business in certain ways. But I'm just saying this particular aspect that he will steal my business does not make sense. Never ever think like that. If you think like that, you will never be able to grow. This is the one thing that I'm basically that comes to my mind. That is, you have to know that this was my biggest fear, and because of that I increased so much of my work. I used to be always doing, trusting in their abilities, that they can do the job. So this is something that I had hard time comprehending. Back then I used to wonder, if a person has spent all his entire life in India, how will he understand the American processes? So today you guys have a lot of exposure, YouTube and all those things. I think you have more exposure of America than I myself do. But back in the days, I used to feel that how would this guy understand American accent? How will he talk to Americans and things like that? So these are some of the things that haunted me back in the days. Back in the days. So my point is, this is something that you need to overcome. You need to. I have then after that I did experiments. I hired the cheapest possible person on the planet in India, in Chandigarh basically, and gave him most difficult task, and somehow he figured out a way to do it with the help of others, with the help of peers. He did it. The point is, stop believing that people cannot do. I'm not saying that just give the way I did, to give every, the most difficult task to the cheapest possible resource. Be smart. We'll come out with a fine-tuned formula, but I'm telling you that people have a lot of ability, and if they are here for work, they want to achieve something, and you should understand that. One of the things is, and in 101 and in 5 people formula, remember, first one is 5. I had a team of 5, right? It is very easy to achieve. It is very easy to achieve. Even you can make us, make the, as I said, person who failed in 10th could work for you, and then you can still, you may be able to still sustain your operation, an American operation. He will learn English. I've seen people learning English within 3 months and doing so well. So the point is, put trust in people. They can do it. Their abilities, you should put trust in the people's ability. That definitely works within, like, when you are basically having 5, when you're working with a 5, people formula. From 5 to 50, I'm not figured out. From 5 to 20 also, this works. You have to start believing in people that they can do whatever whatever you ask them to do. They can do all these things. It's just a matter of, they capability wise they can. Okay. So what we are learning is how to increase the productivity, right? How to make sure that they do it well, and how they do it faster and better, and in production, the production is high. Those things even I'm learning. But one thing is sure, people have the abilities to do, and that's what. And again, we are talking from the perspective of art of delegation. Tell me, what other option do you have then? So you will keep on doing all the things yourself? That is just not an option. Another thing that really worked to my advantage when I was delegating is that I was a workaholic. I am a workaholic even now. I'm working like 13, 12, 13 hours a day, every single day. Back then I used to work 18 hours a day, and I used to do hands-on duty. I used to do train. So as part of our business, we have to hire people from from American market. We have to train them, reskill them, and then put them in the projects. We have to talk to the clients and place them, right? This is a typical cycle. Even TCS has the same cycle. They also reskill. They also do the same thing. So what happened is, right, when I started to delegate, I experimented with a very interesting thing, and I would say that is one thing that is echoing with me. You refuse to participate in the training activity. That I will not complete. I will not do it. This created a certain kind of a vacuum, which I ensure that someone else fills in. Who can do it? If a person cannot do it, I will not do it myself. I will find another person who can do it better, who can do it properly. From interest standpoint, remember, ability standpoint I already covered. Everybody can do everything. People say, this guy, no, he can do it. It's his interest, and he want to apply himself or not, that is the thing. So I found another person who did it. I found then another person, but I didn't myself do it. Like for example, I had to hire a trainer, negotiate the terms with him or her, and then I had to put her on the task and then watch her hours. She may be defrauding us, they may be overbilling or something. These are freelancers basically, they may be overbilling us. I refuse to do it. I ensure that my guy does it. He manages the entire training show. He manages the trainer. He manages the training sessions, like who's coming to the training session and who's not. But I myself will not do the training. This delegation style, this way of thinking worked to my advantage when I was going from 1 to 5, and then it also worked for me from 5 to 20. ठीक है ना? So it worked to my advantage. Let me create one more stage. 5 to 10 is another stage that I would like to talk about. So basically 5 to 10 was also a pretty good stage because my I started making more money. I started making a lot of money, and my work was still within range, with like what the management work that I had to do was within range. So 5 to 10, it worked fine. Now when I'm trying to go from 10 to 50, that's when issue is coming. And when I'm going from 10 to 20, also I'm able to manage. I'm somewhere there on my journey from 10 to 50. When I reach 50, that's when I would say that would be a pretty nice quantum level. But coming to this thing, so when I was at so basically from me as the only person to 5, this delegation thing worked. I had to apply my brain, my ideas at that time, and find a way how Mr. This guy can do it. If he cannot do it, I will not do it. This worked to my advantage. But between 1 to 5, because you are in close touch with people. You're in close touch with people. You are in meeting with them. You're meeting with them every single day, and it's a family. It's like a family. Remember, so it's very easy from that standpoint, management standpoint. It is very easy. So it worked. It will work if you do like this. I will not do this. You're getting to talk to the client. I will not do this. You do it. He will say, sir, एक बार बात कर लो. नहीं, तू ही बात कर. No, you talk. This worked to my advantage. And again, this is one thing that worked for me, and I'm along the way I'll share all the lessons with you, and let's see whether what echoes with you. Okay. So this is right. I was the chief electrical officer, and to get out of the chief electrical officer, bulb fuse था. मैंने कहा मैंने नहीं change करना, चाहे जो हो जाए. I will not change it. And that's how I trained myself to not do it. I was a workaholic and get into action very fast kind of person, and I was like, I will not do it. Right? I will not do it, and I will not do it, and I will make sure that these guys do it. Eventually, I figured out a way. They figured out a way to do it. They dug into themselves and found their abilities and found hidden capabilities in them, and then they used it, and then they did it. Okay? Okay?
Or being exploitative and just blaming people for not being capable enough. That is not management. That is called damagement. So think about it. Most people look at doing everything by themselves as what management is not. Management is not you doing everything by yourself. If you are involved in day-to-day marketing to generate leads, you are involved in going for sales meetings to close deals, you are involved in handling every single customer, every single project that your business has, you are involved in sitting and invoicing and managing the accounts of your business, you are involved in...
So I got out of this mess. This one I understood, right? So let me go to the next one.
Management is not sitting and bossing around and passing orders to people. It's not about being authoritative and dominating. It's not...
ये बिल्कुल सही है. ये बंदा बिल्कुल सही बातें बोल रहा है. This guy is talking about some really nice stuff. Like ये जो बात है ना, देखो, इसको सुन लेते हैं जरा. फिर से मैं पूरा रिएक्शन देता हूँ.
Or being exploitative and just blaming people for not being capable enough. That is not management. That is called damagement. So think about it. Most people look at doing everything by themselves as management, which is just crisis management. And the second two is that sitting and bossing around and dominating and being authoritative and aggressive is not management. That's just called damagement because you are creating deeper conflicts within your team. You are creating deeper conflicts within your organization, which is only going to make people be close towards you. In no way, in no dictionary in the world, that's called management. And the third bomb about...
ठीक है, manager is not sitting around and doing bossing. ये बिल्कुल सही है. जो फॉर्मूला काम करता है वो यही काम करता है. फॉर्मूला दैट वर्क्स इज विद 5 people, with 10, with 20, with 50. You have to think of everybody like a family. You have to become part of their family, and it's you have to work hand in hand. And सिर्फ फैमिली की तरह से काम करोगे तो आप आराम से एक सस्टेनेबल बिजनेस which is having 5 key people who are bringing business for you, that can be easily created by just doing one simple thing, by being like a family. ठीक है. Now let's say you're a manager in a company. So many of the people who are watching my videos are CEOs or CIOs or VPs. Let's say you're a VP, or let's say you're a CEO. Even then the same formula will work. Only one thing is different. Like only one thing you have to make sure: investors' interest. You cannot ever ever, compromise. If you're VP, CEO has something, given you something that you cannot compromise. He gives you direction, this is what you want to achieve, results and all that, and certain guidelines, because we have certain HR guidelines and things like that. You cannot ever, go away from, compromise those. Other than that, you have full freedom to operationalize the things and then use this to your advantage. I've seen a guy. So I had a guy, he will go to dhabas in the night at 2 o'clock with the team, his main three people, and then dine and bitch about everything. He used to say yes to everything, but he had that 5% element always intact, where he will say that no, like, let's bring profit to the company. These basic principles, where you are bringing profit to the investors, where you are bringing profit to the company, wherever you are dedicated, one thing is sure, we have to bring business to the company, is that the 10% thing he would never compromise. He could bitch about anybody. And one day he said, sir, people are bitching about you. I said, that's okay. You participate? He said, I too, sir, I was sitting. I said, you did the right thing, right? Make sure they see from a logical standpoint everything. They may bitch about things illogically. If they're bitching about something about me also, treat it in a logical fashion, but make sure they understand one simple goal, that you are about profit and you are about bringing business. Lethargy is not something that you can entertain. Lethargy and doing nothing is you can entertain. Rest everything is like is all within the limit. I also sit with my friends and sometimes bitch about people. It's not a big deal. Big deal is not bringing something to the company, not being loyal to the company, not being loyal to your own future in the company. So I said, so he was my CEO basically. He was my, you can say, so in a 5 people company, you can call everybody as a VP, or you can call them as CEO. So they had proper, like, basically this one thing. I understood that you have to treat people like a family, and you have to be part of their family, and you have to, and when you become part of that family, like sometimes, like I, as the, like I'm like, I'm the owner, right? I'm the business owner, right? So that sometimes I bitch about the clients, I bitch about the this thing, the candidates with them, and I bitch about the industry, and I bitch about Trump, and I bitch about Indian Prime Minister. Why not? This is the environment we are in. They should feel, the guy who they're talking, they're being with, is a family. He's not a boss. So he's like a family. He should talk like a family. I come sometimes, bitch about anything. So the point is, be like a family with them, be with everybody, and that's very important. Okay, na? That's really important.
Most people look at doing everything by themselves as management, which is just crisis management. And the second truth bomb is that sitting and bossing around. And the third truth bomb about what is not management is that management is not about taking all the burden on your shoulders and keeping a smile on your face and pretending to be strong in front of your team and being the macho man or macho woman of your organization who's taking all the brunt in terms of financial losses or in terms of customer complaints and protecting the team and creating a coffee shop culture where everybody comes and sings kumbaya with each other. Even that is not management. Think about it. I have probably shattered every thought or perception you have of what management is. Management is not you doing everything, because that's crisis management. Management is not you bossing around and being aggressive and authoritative and blaming people, because that's damagement of culture. Management is not about you protecting your team in the name of being a leader and not holding them responsible and accountable and just going with the flow and suffering in your silence, because that's just plain victimhood. These 3 points, I hope, remove that veil of blindness that most entrepreneurs wear and think that they are playing the role of management. So I've told you the 3 truth bombs about what is not management. Now, let me tell you what is management actually. Management is providing clarity.
ठीक है, ये कह रहे हैं कि सारे कस्टमर से बात करना और ये सब चीजें मैनेजमेंट, मतलब ये बिल्कुल ऐसा ही है. ठीक है ना? मेरे लिए बड़ा जरूरी है कि, क्योंकि मैंने बंदे को काम दिया, I've started to delegate the work to him, and I'll not touch it. Remember, so I will give him a lot of powers. So I will give him also authority to handle the things. Like, for example, I have given my key guys an authority to approve something, anything up to $200 total for a certain candidate without asking me. If they like someone, they can just say, okay, I'll give you $200, and that's fine. They don't have to ask me. So they have certain rewards in their hand. Second thing is discussing the salary with the candidates. They have bandwidth, so they have a certain bandwidth, and they know the guidelines, and they know everything. And then within those guidelines, they are allowed to negotiate. Because if you get into every single negotiation, you'll be killing yourself. I will be killing myself. It will be impossible. There are 70, 80 contracts running, and everybody wants to negotiate rates and renegotiate rates. So only, so this thing will work. So important thing in this case is having SOP, some kind of a way of, some kind of way of handling these situations. And like for me, like a bit of science helped here. I created a way in which it was like I it was like I basically would guide him every single time from a certain frame of reference. So it won't be just random. Don't say, oh, just give $2 extra to this person. So basically, profit, how much profit, how much is the contract for, how. So there are a lot of factors around this. I created a structure around this and then gave it to the person. But basically, the point is, yes, this works, and management is definitely not that.
Points. I hope remove that veil of blindness
Yeah.
that most entrepreneurs wear.
हाँ, मेरा बिल्कुल क्लियर है कि आई टेल देम दैट आई एम वल्नरेबल and I'm getting, I tell them all about myself, and that also works to my advantage. I never wear a veil that everything is going fine. I tell them that we are losing money. I tell them that we are making money. I tell them that things are not going right, and all these things, and this helps me. When you are able to tell everybody these things, so in fact in my case, because I've been having this style, as I said, when it's five, you're telling everybody one on one. If they have any question or doubt, you're clarifying it one on one basis. It has become hard to do that in 20 people company. 20 people company, when you say tell them that you are human and you're facing these issues, they don't they hear it on a broadcast platform, but they don't really, when they don't hear it one on one, they don't believe it, or they, even if they believe it, they don't empathize with you. So that is one thing I'm struggling with. So this guy is not talking about that. He's saying it's easy, but it's not easy. Actually, after 5 to 10, I could do that. I could have one-on-one discussions and tell everybody, but then after 10, it became hard. So even if and other things, I use a broadcast platform. So I basically leave voice notes, and even this is kind of I have a channel where I post my videos for my mediums. Just posting videos and them listening is not helping. They're never able to understand your situation, and you as they are never able to see you as a human. They see you as a ruthless profit making machine. Every negative this thing is snowball. Every negative aspect of your personality, like let's say let go of someone, that would be that snowball a huge thing in their mind. But if you, let's say, do any good thing, they would not be able to understand the importance of that. But it's kind of a thing that you have to bring upon yourself somehow. As I said, I'm struggling here. So this is one thing where I'm struggling, how to ensure that I have a one-on-one, like nice, like they take my things in a nice manner, and then they're able to go from here. Okay. So showing that I'm human, and showing that this thing works. Till 10 it will work, but after 10 it will not work.
Think that they are playing the role of management. So I've told you the three truth bombs about what is not management. Now,
I mean, this as a philosophy will work, but it will not be easy to implement. That's what I want to say.
let me tell you what is management actually. Management is providing clarity. As a business owner, your job as the management of your business is to provide clarity of goals, not just financial goals, but breaking down functional goals for every department of your business and breaking those functional goals down into individual goals for every individual on every team. Management job is to provide clarity of goals. Management job is to provide clarity of what is a profitable, workable business model, and management job is to provide clarity of what are the systems to be followed in every single department for us to accomplish the desired result of that department. So management is about providing clarity of goals, clarity of a profitable business model, and clarity of systems. That's what is the truth about what management is.
बिल्कुल सही है. This is totally right. देखो, see क्या है कि so the way things work is, he talked about business goals, functional goals, and then individual goals. You should keep this frame of reference in your mind. That's exactly how it works. You should have this mental acumen. You should analyze your business so much, bring it to a level where you can easily see what's a functional goal. So I have the more I devise functional goals for effort, measuring the effort, the better it was. The more it was to, he will also talk about in some other videos, effort versus results. And I'm talking about that here. Results are easy to manage. Oh, bring me $1 million worth of business. But how? You're not telling them. So you also should have a way of measuring the effort, that this effort is going towards the business creation or revenue generation. So that's a constant thing I keep on doing. That's a constant endeavor I have. You remember I said that I delegate that training should be handled by this guy, but then what is not delegated? This is exactly not what can be delegated. I have 20 years of industry experience. I am the one who can break down the whole business goal into functional, measurable goals, and then effort-based goals, so that they can provide an effort. So for example, if they do 4 ECs per day, then I know that they will bring a lot of business down the line. So break it down into pieces, and then make individual goals in terms of effort as well as in terms of results. In results, it's very easy. Bring me $200,000 worth of business, and I'll give you this. It's very easy. But you need to really do more exercise than that, and that's what he's talking about also. and that becomes a little tricky. Your brain power comes into picture here. At least in my case, I had to really devise methods to come up with better ways of explaining, better ways of modeling things, and then coming up with measurable efforts, and then that's exactly what worked to your advantage.
A game of providing clarity. The second aspect about what is management is about accelerating performance. Your job as a business owner is to be a catalyst at your workplace. What do I mean by catalyst at the workplace? Think about it. In your sixth standard chemistry textbook, you would have seen this word called catalyst. And the definition of a word catalyst in chemistry was a substance that accelerates the speed of a reaction without changing its composition in that reaction. That's exactly what your job is as a business owner. You got to accelerate the performance of the business, not by sitting and doing everything by yourself, but by giving clarity of goals and roles, but by delegating clear tasks and activities to people, reviewing people's performance and giving them effective feedback, by holding them accountable, by acknowledging them for what they've done well, by appraising their salaries in a fair and data-driven manner. When you do these activities, that's when you can accelerate performance. So the second truth about management is that management is about accelerating performance. And
Okay. See, now sometimes he also doesn't tell you. This is a feedback for you, Mr. Rajiv. I admire your acumen and admire your videos, and as I said again and again, I'm a fan and I listen to those very keenly. This is what I'm here for. How to accelerate that performance? How? How is missing. So we'll find out the how. Remember, I was saying that they are giving me production, but they're not giving me enough production. So 20 people production is not there. And what will happen if I become 50? Will I be able to achieve the same level of production? So accelerating performance is what he's talking about, in my opinion, and that's exactly what I'm here for. How? He's not talking about how. Let's listen to this thing, because I'm a student of this thing. So let me listen to this again, and I'll tell you what I like catch, and I will do more research on.
Performance. Your job as a business owner is to be a catalyst at your workplace. What do I mean by catalyst at the workplace? Think about it. In your sixth standard chemistry textbook, you would have seen this word called catalyst. And the definition of a word catalyst in chemistry was
catalyst. मुझे मालूम है यार, कई बार मैं पेशेंस लूज कर जाता हूँ. कैटलिस्ट मुझे मालूम है यार. तो ये बता कैटलिस्ट बनना क्या, करना क्या यार? फंक्शन तुमने खुद बोला, मेरे लिए फंक्शन गोल बना दो ना कि यार ये कर दे, तो तेरा डन हो जाएगा. अब आप मुझे बिजनेस गोल मत दो कि मेरे को कैटलिस्ट बनना है. मेरे को ऐसे एम्बिगुअस गोल मत दो, मुझे क्लियर बताओ कि मुझे करना क्या. फंक्शनल चीज बताओ, मेजरेबल चीज. अब मैं कैटलिस्ट बन गया कि नहीं बन गया उसे मेजर नहीं ना कर सकते, तो मुझे मेजरेबल चीज बताओ. टेल मी मेजरेबल थिंग. ठीक है राजीव जी, ठीक है. फीडबैक फॉर यू अगेन, स्मार्ट गाय, बट गाय प्लीज थोड़ा धीरे 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 धीरे.
Substance that accelerates the speed of a reaction without changing its composition in that reaction. That's exactly what your job is as a business owner. You got to accelerate the performance of the business, not by sitting and doing everything by yourself, but by giving clarity of goals and roles, but by delegating clear tasks and activities to people, reviewing people's performance and giving them effective feedback, by holding them accountable.
ठीक है. So reviewing people, giving them clarity of goals, giving them tasks and activities, measuring whether they did right, and then giving them reward if they did not do right. Then telling them they didn't do right, giving them a feedback, and so on and so forth. Okay. So this is something that I'm trying to implement using CRM. So using CRM, you can implement these things. So one of the things I will talk to you about this thing is, without CRM, life will be hell. After 5, you won't be able to measure whether you have given them that. You won't be able to create an activity. You won't be able to give them an activity. You won't be able to measure whether they're doing the activity or not. You won't be able to measure whether they are having the time to do that activity or not. You won't be able to, after measuring, you won't be able to see whether they did it or not. Once they did it, you will not be able to measure whether they did it right or not. After they did it right, after you get them this, you won't be able to measure whether they did it wrong or not. If they did not give it right, you will not be able to give them a reward without a proper CRM, and you will not be able to give them a feedback without proper CRM, and close the entire loop. And then again give them new works, and then see whether they perform. So this will not happen without CRM. This is one thing that I've learned from 5 to 50. This cycle does work, but this is the answer in one way. But again, this is more like a business goal to me. It has to be broken down further into more measurable things. I am giving activities. I am giving them this thing. So where am I wrong? Why I'm not able to then do this thing? I think, so that is yet to be seen. This is what I'm a student of. So I'm openly saying that I'm myself learning these things, and that's what I'm sharing with you. Okay, na?
By acknowledging them for what they've done well, by appraising their salaries in a fair and data-driven manner. When you do these activities, that's when you can accelerate performance. So the second truth about management is that management is about accelerating performance. And the third truth about what management is that
how management accelerates performance and how management becomes a catalyst, I don't know. That's what I want to know. How? करना क्या है? What and like how? चलो how मैं implement कर दूँ, मुझे what तो बता दो, मुझे कुछ पता नहीं चल रहा. So let me know the what, and I'll be able to implement how. I'll be able to implement somehow. But So this is where I am a little confused, and so let's keep watching his videos and keep looking for answers.
Management is about focusing on strategic growth. Think about it. It is your responsibility to expand your business's potential. And the only way you can expand your business's potential is when you are out there exploring new markets, when you are out there exploring new partnerships, when you are out there exploring new business verticals and opportunities. That's when you can expand the potential of the business and strategically grow the business. So management is about strategic growth. So in summary, here's what you need to understand. These are the 6 truths about what is not management and what is management. Management is not about doing everything by yourself. Management is not about blaming people and being authoritative and bossy. Management is not about...
ठीक है, 6th rule over, ये बिल्कुल सही है. I have taken that task of strategic growth. So in a 50 people company, so I know in PCS, which is 500,000 people company, there is a strategy department, and they basically analyze the markets and analyze new strategies and give out new strategies, and that those get implemented. That's how it works in 50 companies. But I'm giving the formulas for 50 people companies. So that works with big companies. I'm talking about the 50 people companies in which 50 काम के बंदे are working, or maybe 20 काम के बंदे are working. For that, one of the things that helped me channel my thoughts and channel my ideas is that this is a strategic thing and this is mine, right? For example, I'm thinking of new ways of, like, I'm working so many different new things, and I'm close to like implementing a lot of these things. For example, for my employees, I'm thinking of implementing an investment plan, like not much, but 5,000 rupees a month, maybe like 60,000 rupees per year into gold, into a gold ETF for everybody who are nice with me, who are like basically my key people. And then that will grow to 6 lakhs. That will go to maybe, like, that 6 lakhs will, sorry, 60,000 will become 10 lakhs in 30 years. And when they sit in the retirement time, they'll see that they have money to pay for their bills. So this is something that I'm creating. So this, how I'm getting these things, I'm studying investments, I'm studying gold ETFs, I'm studying all these things. I have a business to run. How do I find time to do all these things? Is kind of a thing. I just give you one thing that I'm working on, but I'm working on, if not more, at least 50 vertical programs which are for revenue. This one is just horizontal. HR, it's part of HR. It's part of HR for me, right? So it's part of HR, how to retain and motivate and things like that. It's part of HR. But I'm talking about now 50 vertical segments where I'm expanding, like I'm getting into these businesses, and the whole idea is to make money and create a business which will make money. So those, and then I see some strategic risks to what is making money for us today. So there is something called as GP, which is making us money. Then there is something called as OPT CPT placements, which is making us okay money. Then there is H1 transfers and H1 people, existing H1 people. They are making us money. So these, I see, you never know, one simple rule change, and we get wiped out. The whole business world gets wiped out. So I keep thinking more ways to make money, and so that our business operation is sustainable. And I've seen that happening. See, in OPT CPT placement, we used to be having a thriving business long time back. Okay, we used to be having a thriving business. The life was cool. I don't know if you guys know what is OPT CPT placement. So students who graduate from America, they have OPT or CPT. They have 5 years OPT. They have basically 29 months OPT, right? And they have 1 year CPT or something like that, right? So in total, CPT, OPT combined, they can again use another program and then get another CPT. So the total CPT, OPT combined total. Why I'm repeating is because they can do CPT, one full OPT, 29 months, and then one more CPT, then one more OPT. The total combined can be 5 years. So I sometimes call it, they have 5 years. So when they have 5 years, so in those 5 years, they have to find a job. So when they find a job through us, that's what we call as OPT CPT placement. So we help them place. We reskill them. Basically, they may be coming out of college with pretty much zero skill. That's why we made a lot of videos about MS is a useless degree, because I'm speaking from my experience. MS is a useless degree. It doesn't do anything. Top 5%, it's a great degree, but they go to Google and all. Rest of 95% out of those, so MS is a useless degree. So OPT CPT, I place OPT CPT people, and in OPT CPT, it used to be very easy to place. Back in the days, assisting them in the interviews was very easy. Till about 7 years back, all of a sudden the whole landscape changed. Everybody wants people to come on site for the interviews. Everybody wants to do video interviews, and it has become very difficult now. If anybody knows the business, then they will know how it is really becoming very difficult. So the whole landscape changed, and the OPT CPT business died. Now we are rejuvenating it with some new techniques, but that is a different thing. But the point is, think about this: the whole business died because of some business change. So back in the days, I used to think of a replacement of OPT CPT business, right? Which is GP, which is H1 transfer. You see, so these things came back in the days because of a strategic thought, analyzing, talking to people, meeting people. This requires a lot of things. A strategy, you cannot change the strategy just like that. Very recently, that I threw a strategy out of the way. It was like creating an office in Dubai, and visiting there once in a while, and then working with the people there, with my team there, because my team is in India and in Pakistan and in Philippines. They are all different places, so invite them to Dubai and I'll work with them in Dubai, right? I trashed that whole strategy. So keep thinking of ways to increase productivity, increasing high touch. So high touch is very easy when you are sitting. So acha, I'm sure you guys. Many of you know that mine is a virtual team. So it's a pretty scalable formula. If you see it, it has a pretty. It gives you a lot of freedom in one way, right? But please remember, some of these things become very easy when you are doing in a high touch manner. That is, you're having an office where everybody comes. Then nobody can like you, right? So many things become like you much easier, right? So we'll talk about that also. So I try to do that. I try to create a team in the office in Dubai, and then invite everybody there. It's just that expenses are too high, basically, simply speaking, right? And then so this is the thing, and many key people refuse to come to Dubai. You see, so there are so many things which happen. Again, I'm not going to talk about the strategy. Strategy will come down the line. But one thing is sure, as a business owner, you're always thinking of new strategies, new ways of doing business, and new ways of new things. And again, how to enhance productivity and performance as a catalyst. That is that big how is also I'm working on. That's how big how that I'm working on and constantly working on. And these things don't come in a playbook. That is why I started making these videos for you guys. Because when I was looking for videos, how to start a 5 people company, what are the key things, nobody gave me answer. But then after 3 to 5 people, how to become a 50 people company, or a 10 people company, or a 20 people company. So these are your one person company. Then you have 1 plus 5, maybe 5 people. I call it 5 people company. It's basically 6, but 5 people company. Then you become 1 plus 10. I call it 10 people company. And then there is 20 people company. And then there is 50 people company, right? I don't know, because 20 to 50 journey I do not know. So I don't know whether it will be 30 people company also will have some challenges, will be different from 20, but would make me fall short of the goal of 50. I don't know that. But still, these are I have achieved till 20, so I know that 10 was a big milestone. So now coming to this thing, so these strategies, where these are coming from, I constantly watch these videos, lengthy videos, and watch them and analyze them, and then I try to get the ideas from there, and then I basically apply it in the business. So, and you cannot be haphazard. There is a certain way the machinery is working. For example, there is a car, the way the car is working. You cannot make a small 0.01% change in the tire thingy, or small 0.01% change in the steering wheel. You cannot make a 0.01 change in the brake. You don't know what's going to happen then. So basically, so whenever you think of strategy, you have to understand how to implement it, how to manage the change control, how to basically get to your goal without breaking, without breaking the pattern that they already have. So all this requires a lot of thought and a lot of brain power, and my dimag gets fried, and but I enjoy it also. That's what I enjoy, right? So I do it also. I enjoy it. So and again, I'm saying my brain gets fried. Pretty much my team is maybe watching it, right? So I'm following the third principle. I'm never about not telling my team what am I not feeling as a human, what am I not facing as a challenge, what key threats do we have as a company, and what key opportunities we have as a company, and what key strengths we have as a company, and what key weaknesses we have as a company. So basically, I do the SWOT analysis for them, SWOT. I analyze these things for them. All right, guys. So this is my reaction to this video. We'll keep rolling. We'll keep learning new things. And let's see. We thoda sa video baki hai. There's a little bit of videos still remains. So it remains to be watched. We'll watch it, and then I'll let you know more about it.
Yes. Management is about providing clarity of goals, clarity of a profitable business model, clarity of systems in every department. Management is about accelerating performance by sharing the responsibility and enabling people in the right direction so that they can produce the results. And management is about strategic growth so you can expand your business potential. I hope through these 6 truth bombs, you're able to see exactly what you're supposed to do and what you're not supposed to do in the name of management. Now that you have this clarity, I want you to create a list of things that you will stop doing in your business, which you have been doing in the name of management, and things that you will start doing in your business based on what you've learned from this video. And to help you get more clarity, I also want to give you a special invitation. I want you to continue this conversation with me. Come be a part of a 4-hour live conversation with me called the Business Breakthrough Seminar. Where you and I.
So now it's just advertisement. All right, guys, do sign up. You do sign up. I told all my top management team to sign up. So do sign up, guys. We will do something. This guy is awesome. This guy is not just high energy and high ideas, high acumen also, high IQ also. I have analyzed this guy. He's on his path to make crores and billions in India, millions in India, he's definitely gonna. That's another thing. But you don't care about his millions. You care what you are gonna get. I'm pretty sure his classes will be good. Definitely enroll. Just enroll. If you're 22 years old, just enroll just like that. You will you will get a lot of networking. और कुछ नहीं तो आपका नेटवर्क इतना बढ़िया बन जाएगा ना, जाके बैठो, 500 रुपए की क्लासेस है, राइट, वहां पे जाके बैठो, लोगों से मिलो, बातें करो, आपको कोई कुछ का कुछ बना देगा बंदा, मेरे को पूरा यकीन है बना देगा। अगर आप 22-23 साल के, तो आपको तो सब, अगर आप 22 से छोड़, अगर आप कॉलेज में हो, आईआईटी के लोगों, इसको जाके देखो, ठीक है। राजीव तलरेजा देखो, विवेक बिंद्रा मुझे थोड़ा सा, मतलब ही इज, he has marred in this domestic abuse case. Other than that, his content is good. So do do follow him, do learn from him. You should learn from whatever source, right? I've watched a lot of his videos and learned a number of things. I cannot today come here and say, oh, you know what, yeah, but he's not a good human. Good human नहीं, ये मुझे तो अभी तक तो गुड ह्यूमन लगता है। इसके जो बोलने का स्टाइल है, इसकी आंखों में जो एक है कुछ, जिसका मुझे गुड ह्यूमन लगता है। सो आई वुड से यू विल बिकम, डजंट मैटर वेदर यू बिकम गुड ह्यूमन। और मेरे कई वीडियोस में मैंने बोला हुआ है, बड़े बेकार ह्यूमन भी बड़े पैसे वाले बन गए हैं। तो आप आराम से पहले पैसे वाला बनो, फिर देखना गुड ह्यूमन। बट इन जनरल ही इज अ गुड ह्यूमन आल्सो। सो ग्रेट प्लेस टू लर्न, ग्रेट पर्सन टू लर्न फ्रॉम, ठीक है। डेफिनेटली अटेंड दिस क्लासेस, आई हाईली रेकमेंड। ओके, थैंक यू गाइस।